Last month, Prime Video dropped a dump of Nollywood movies, and I'm going to be talking about a movie that I enjoyed, even though it didn't get such good reviews. Hello and welcome to Nollywood Fellow, a channel where I talk Nollywood, and today I'm going to be talking about Small Talk, which is out on Prime Video. It's been directed by Beard and Stephen, who has some 36 hours in a day. Talking about the dump of films, there's like some 18 Nollywood films or so which were dropped last month on Prime, and I guess 4 are hers. Small Talk revolves around an overzealous driver, Baba D, who is ecstatic about the return of his Oga or boss from abroad. And when the boss gets robbed, evidence points at Baba D, or at least at his small talk, because he's been going around town announcing that his Oga arrived. The movie marks the debut of Mr. Macaroni as the main lead, and it's heavily supported by Lasisi Eleno. Now, both of them are really popular on the internet in skits and comedies and other things outside of Nollywood. And they bring a good deal of comedy to this movie as well. Now, I have to say that I've not been a fan of Nollywood comedies. It's more slapstick, it's too high on energy, and it's more about delivery than the situational comedy or comedy in terms of plot. But that being said, and even though this movie does have all those elements, I really enjoyed this film. It made me laugh, at least. It's supported by this interesting storyline and suspense that isn't groundbreaking, but it's still a job that's well done. So it isn't as much of a whodunit but the way in which a slight change in the route of the investigation helps crack it makes for an interesting twist for sure. And the fact that the movie is a commentary on small talk or gossiping also goes a long way. Most of the film takes place through interrogation by Officer Oko trying to zero in on the culprit, and it plays out like a skit. And that's one criticism that the film has got, but honestly, I don't think that matters. A film can play out like a skit, a play, a documentary or whatever, as long as it does what it sets out to do. And here, most of the jokes do land. But I do get the criticism. There's a certain repetitiveness to how it goes from one interrogation to the other interrogation to the next. So that is there. But then Lasisi Eleno somehow makes it enjoyable despite that. But then talking about flaws, there are loads. The sound design is inconsistent. The background score is jarring. The editing is bad. There are some unforgivable glitches when it comes to editing, like within the same scene, there is a glitch while a person is talking and things like that. And even story-wise, there are a few plot points that don't really add up. Anyway, moving on to performances, and that's what the movie is all about. Lasisi Elenu as Officer Oko is hilarious. He has this inconsistent American accent, and we don't really get an explanation to why he has it, but I don't think that matters because it's just hilarious. The guy's hot-cold mannerisms and histrionics are actually what gets the movie going throughout. Adebowale Adedayo. Yeah, I had to read out that name because he's commonly known as Mr. Macaroni. And as the main lead, and Baba D, he has done a really good job. He's very convincing and relatable as this over-enthusiastic guy with a clean heart and a big mouth. His loud mannerisms and comic timing are perfect. He has also nailed some emotional scenes that are there in the movie. So I'd say this is a pretty good debut as the main lead. Moving on, Lizzie J as Baba D's wife has a small role, and she makes a mark in that little role. Blessing Inze as Gorom the maid is another noteworthy performance. Thai Alimoro as the boss doesn't have much to do, but he's good in whatever little he has. Moet Abebe here is one of the worst performances I have come across in a long, long time. But that being said, all in all, Small Talk is funny and entertaining, but it does come with a fair share of flaws. That's it for this time. If you've seen the movie, do let me know what you thought about it. If there are any other movies that you want me to talk about, do let me know about that as well. Till next time, this is me, Nolly Goodfellow, saying bye. See ya.